I feel quite strongly that I am not the voice that you need to be listening today. I'm not American. I never want to become an American citizen. And also, more importantly, the violent mob who invaded the Capitol building would not see me as any different to them. I want to tell you that when I changed genders, when I started to pass as male, I walked through an invisible wall of privilege. I used to be the last person that anybody wanted to sit next to on the bus. And I became the first person, the safest person, the most friendly looking person that people sit down next to on the bus when all the seats are beginning to fill up. In the year 2000, around this time, there was so much homophobia in Scotland that even other queer people would turn their eyes away so as not to draw attention to ourselves. And when I suddenly stopped looking like a really masculine woman and started looking like a young man, like I do now, I was really angry. I was angry because the injustice burned inside me and I saw it so clearly. Nothing in me had changed, but the entire world was different. People would smile at me in restaurants. They would engage with me and my girlfriend in a way that they never did before. I'll never forget the power of the violent bigots. They have so much power over the vulnerable. When all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're outnumbering you, and the spark of violence can erupt at the least cause. Nobody is threatened by me now. Before, when I didn't look so normal, I was assaulted in the street a number of times. And I didn't know when it was going to happen, so I was always tense, always looking over my shoulder. Is this safe here? Is this person safe? Is this world safe? Is this job safe? Can I go into this bakery? Is this bus route safe, or do I need to catch a different bus? These are real thoughts that I had to navigate. Friends, please listen to minority voices. Listen to the people who are different from you. Listen to Nikki. Listen to your queer grandkids. Listen to the mentally ill person that you need to remind to stand 6 feet back. In the Gregorian chant tradition, which I'm so fond of, they say that if you can't hear every voice in the chapel, you are singing too loud. In the Gregorian chant tradition, they create a space where every voice is heard. And this is our task. We live with such division everywhere. And social media and the way that we organize ourselves puts us in silos of people who think like us and look like us and are very like us. So today I feel that I am not the person you need to listen to. I've got a video lined up for us, and it's a woman called Valerie Carr. You might have come across her. I saw her on this amazing TED Talk in 2007. She had a TED Talk called 3 Lessons of Revolutionary Love in a Time of Rage. She's a civil rights activist, a lawyer, a woman of color, award-winning filmmaker, and a Sikh American. She's also an author. And I saw this on Thursday and I knew immediately I wanted to share it with you.
My husband's brother, Manu, was in lockdown today in his office in the Capitol building. He was reporting there behind locked doors for CNN. And Manu's voice, as we heard it on the screen, was so calm and so collected. And we were getting texts from him saying he was okay, but we were not. My husband and I were on the phone with his parents, with his wife, with our whole family, holding each other together through the tears, getting through this. My hands have been shaking. I've been sobbing. I have a headache from sobbing so much. And we just got word not long ago that Manu has been evacuated to a secure location. He's not home yet to his children, but he is safe. so I can breathe. And I think about all the other families waiting for their loved ones to come home safely. I think about the family who will never see that young woman return to them. And as I think about all of them and all that we have lived through, all that we have survived, not just today, but the last 4 years, and really much longer than that, I feel this hot rage inside of me, this rising rage. It's not the vengeful, murderous, explosive rage that we saw in the Capitol building today. No, this rage is the quiet rage of a woman of color who has long seen her family put in harm's way again and again and again for the last 20 years. It's a familiar rage in the face of white supremacist violence. And this rage, if you feel this rage too, it's taken me a long time to learn this, but if you feel this rage too, rage in the face of oppression, in the face of cruelty, in the face of injustice, in the face of ongoing assaults on our democracy and our safety, on our dignity, it's okay, my loves. It's okay to let yourself feel it. Let yourself cry, let yourself scream, let yourself wail. For the rage that we are experiencing in the face of this kind of injustice, I call divine rage. Divine rage. It is the rage flashing in the eyes of Jesus when he overturned the tables of the money lenders in the temple. It is the rage of Kali, the Hindu goddess who battles demons in order to protect us. It is the rage in Guru Gobind Singh Ji's eyes, the 10th Sikh Guru, when he stood up to the oppression of empire. You see, the aim of divine rage is not vengeance. The aim of divine rage is to reorder the world. I believe that our task now is to make sure that the rage that we are feeling inside of us does not explode, for we cannot become what we are fighting against. No, our task is to harness our rage, to channel that energy into creative, non-violent action, like the greatest social reformers and the spiritual teachers who came before us. Our goal is to follow the wisdom of Black women like Audre Lorde, who call us to dance with our rage, to listen to our rage as if it is a symphony, to ask ourselves, what information does our rage carry, and how can I focus this rage with precision and power? And so I'm asking us now to focus our attention on January 20th. On January 20th, we will watch a new president make a vow to protect and serve this country, to protect the Constitution. And yet what we saw today shows us that if just one leader makes a vow, makes a commitment, we're not going to get very far. No. The work of healing and rebuilding and remaking this country, that work belongs to us, we the people. That is block by block work. That is heart to heart work. That requires a shift in consciousness, a shift in culture, a revolution of the heart. Sound government is necessary, and we will hold our elected officials accountable, but it is not sufficient to do the healing work that our nation so deeply needs. And so with many who are on the call today, we are calling for a people's inauguration. We, the people, need to be inaugurated into the work of healing and rebirthing this country. For we are entering a period of transition, a long period of transition over the next 25 years as we see these demographic changes. This question, will we continue to teeter on the brink of civil war like what we saw today? Or will we finally begin to birth the America that we have long dreamt for? A multiracial democracy, a society, a beloved community that our ancestors, oh, Jen, I'm so happy that you named our ancestors, a kind of nation that our ancestors have long labored for. Can we do that? That is the work of our lifetime. The next 25 years will be decisive, starting now. And we need longevity. So I invite you all to be brave with your grief, to harness your rage, and to lead with love, a kind of revolutionary love. For that's how we can summon all the bravery and the wisdom that we can, that this moment requires. And because this labor is long, I want to leave us with the wisdom of the midwife. Breathe, she says, breathe and then push. Tonight we will breathe. Tomorrow we will push. And I want to give you the words of my grandfather, a prayer from the Sikh faith that has always put breath in my body. Tati Vanalagi, the hot winds cannot touch you. You are shielded by love. So I invite you in this moment of breath just to feel your feet on the earth and take a deep breath with me. Let it come. Good. And let it go. And you can close your eyes or lower your eyes as you just hear my prayer and let it put deeper and deeper breath into your body. Tati vauna lagi, par brahm shanai, chogid hamare ram kar dukh lage na pai, satgur pura petiya jin bant banai, ram naam aukh diya ek ka liv lai, rakh liyo tin rakanhar sab yaad batai, kaun aare kirpa pe prape sahai. Vaiguru ji ka khalsa, Vaiguru ji ki fateh. The beloved community belongs to divine oneness, and so does all that it achieves.
Wow. Valerie Carr. So just last Sunday, I was talking about Epiphany. Do you remember? Epiphany, which was on Wednesday. Epiphany, the time when the wise men don't walk past the stable and come and kneel before God in the form of a helpless baby Jesus. And last Sunday I urged us to dismantle our false beliefs, to turn away from King Herod and the power structures. So what happened on Epiphany in DC was the exact opposite of what I was talking about. An armed, violent mob attacking and invading the Capitol building, fueled by ignorant anger based on lies, based on greed, and the charisma of a corrupt leader. Annie Lamott says the opposite of faith isn't doubt, it is certainty. The opposite of faith is certainty. Certainty of a false God. She doesn't say that. I'm adding that. It's the mindset of, I'm right, you're wrong, I will force you to concede to me. This has nothing to do with mercy or justice or love. It's about the ego that's gone out of control. Poor me, I'm better than you, I'm more important, I, blame, blame, blame. What about me? This is the mindset of violence. I used to work in domestic violence, and this is the mindset that fuels people to be violent to their families. And if anything that I've learnt from working in domestic violence is this: please do not give platform or collude with that way of thinking. When you have the opportunity, gently and firmly say, I don't see it that way. If you can't, then end the conversation, switch off the TV, change the topic. And if you are seen as maybe like a dithery old person or a young girl that everybody talks over, right? Please make your voice heard. Because we're hearing the same voices over and over again. All right, social justice, that's my sharing on that side. I want to enter now into prayer around what happened. I just read Claire's comment. Claire saying that she's Canadian, and that in Canada many people grieve and lament with us in the US. So true. I echo that as a Scottish person. I'm going to sing a song for you now. It's by Mary Gauthier. She's a singer-songwriter, and these are her words, and they're very powerful. And I actually sang this song at church the Sunday after Trump was elected, and it's the right Sunday to sing them again. The original song is much better than what I will share with you here, but I don't know Mary Gauthier, so I couldn't ask her to come. My father. I'm going to start again. My father could use a little mercy now. The fruits of his labor fall and rot slowly on the ground. His work is almost over. It won't be long, he won't be around. I love my father, but he could use a little mercy now. My brother could use a little mercy now. He's a stranger to freedom, shackled to his fears and his doubts. The pain that he lives in is almost more than living will allow. I love my brother, but he could use some mercy now. My church and my country could use a little mercy now, as they sink into a poison pit. It's gonna take forever to climb back out. Oh, people in power, well, they'll do anything to keep their crown. I love my church and my country, but they could use some mercy now. Yeah, we all could use a little mercy now. I know we don't deserve it, but we could use it anyhow. We hang in the balance between hell and hallowed ground. Every single one of us could use some mercy now. Every single one of us could use some mercy now. There's so much healing for me in this song, for naming truth, and also because it calls forth a beautiful face of God, mercy. Now, Islam and Sufi have taught me a great deal, revealed a great deal to me about mercy. In the opening of the Quran is this statement. Well, it's usually, it's not sung, it's recited. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And it's usually translated as, in the name of God, most gracious, most compassionate. That's how the Quran opens on the first page. And Al-Rahim is one of the 99 names for God, one of the revealing attributes of God. Al-Rahim means God is mercy, in the name of God that is mercy. And the word Rahim comes supposedly from the Semitic root Rahim, which means womb, kinship, relationship, loving kindness, compassion, nourishing tenderness. And I think about this a lot because a prayer we used to sing in the Abbey was Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison, Kyrie eleison. God is mercy. Christ is mercy. It's not that God is dishing out mercy to us sinners. God is the mercy. And a Sufi friend of mine, Daniel, shared this prayer that he does where he rises up into the mercy. This country needs to lean into that mercy, that outpouring of God's presence among us. Now, there's a couple of people I turn to in order to learn about mercy. Some of them will not surprise you. Jesus, the Dalai Lama, Saint Teresa of Calcutta. And there's a giant leap here, so you'll need to join up the dots. A French horse called Peo. And I learn a lot from Mother Nature. That's the book of God that I am most versed in. And I look to the natural world to understand these faces of God. And I'm not going to explain it. I'm just going to share the video of who Peo, the therapy horse, is. I'm going to share my screen again. Matthew 10:16. Jesus says, "Therefore be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves." That horse really shows me the incredible healing power of the innocence of the dove, the mercy, the outpouring. And earlier when we watched the video of Valerie Carr, when she talked about this spiritual rage, the shrewdness, the intelligence, the vibrance, Spirit is so presently alive in her as she shared those words on Wednesday evening. Friends, let's be vigilant, be compassionate. Let's do our social justice work to dismantle the silos of thought. Listen to the voices that are not the same as you. But lean into that God as mercy. Be that, lean into that and share that with those in your sphere of influence. Therefore be shrewd as snakes and innocent as doves. That's our instructions this day from Jesus. And I'd like to close with a song prayer. It's from the Desert Fathers and Mothers, the very early church monastics that were around just a couple of 100 years after Jesus walked the earth. And my friend Alana Lewandowski wrote this little chant. Keep your eyes open and your heart open also. Keep your heart open and your eyes open too. God bless you and keep you in the heat of the day. God bless you and keep you in the nighttime too. Keep your eyes open and your heart open also. Keep your heart open and your eyes open too. God bless you and keep you in the heat of the day. God bless you and keep you in the night time too. Keep your eyes open and your heart open also. Keep your heart open and your eyes open too. God bless you and keep you in the heat of the day. God bless you and keep you in the nighttime too. One more time. Keep your eyes open and your heart open also. Keep your heart open and your eyes open too. God bless you and keep you in the heat of the day. God bless you and keep you in the nighttime too. Amen. Please take what is useful from what I've shared and leave the rest.